girls. So welcome back to Favorite Friday. For the last case for this week, we are going back to California. Specifically, we are going to a city called Corona. So as I was saying, this is another sadly child death case, not as well known child death case. If you knew of this case, you knew anybody involved of it, always let me know. Sources down below as always. So with that being said, I'm gonna give what is publicly known. I'm gonna cut my rambling and let's go and get started. So we're gonna start off with Malachi. Malachi Joseph Manja was born on October 28th, 2006. His mother is Belinda. We don't have a date of birth on her, but obviously she's very important to the story, so you gotta remember Belinda. It is said that unfortunately Malachi was a product of rape, so we don't have the father's name or whether or not he actually was. It just said that it's believed that he was. But at one point, what we do know is that Belinda would start dating a man by the name of Nareen, who apparently had been married twice before. It doesn't specify when they started dating. Didn't specify if, he was cheating on his wife with Belinda. But we do know eventually they do get together, which is important to the story. So now we're in 2009, and it said that between May 4th and 9th of 2009, Malachi basically was getting hit, spanked, thrown, and punched for the smallest things that he did. And keep in mind, he's 2.5. So probably even things that he was doing that didn't deserve, because no child deserves to get beaten, obviously. But he's probably doing the littlest of things, probably doing things that probably normal toddlers would do, and he basically would get punished for it. So then it basically gets to the point to where Naresh, or however the hell you say his name, he basically is saying that these punishments are severe enough. So then Malachi would get put in scalding hot water, and as you can imagine, he would wind up getting first and second degree burns from this. So then they would wind up basically using a scraping device on his body. And so then, of course, anytime he is in pain, because again, he has first and second degree burns, and he's 2 years old, Naresh would basically beat him with a belt. So then one day, Belinda, who's his mother, keep in mind, she apparently grabs him by his arm and apparently throws him to the couch. Belinda apparently yanks Malachi by his arm and then throws him to the couch, and this either dislocates his arm or breaks it. And obviously, they don't go to the hospital for this, and they don't have medical experience. But obviously, breaking an arm, that's pretty significant and for what's to come, so that's why that's being mentioned. So then on May 9th, Belinda apparently is trying to sleep, and Malachi's over here moaning in pain, because obviously he's being abused for the past 5 days, and his body can only take so much at only 2.5 years old, like I said. So then Naresh, I assumed that he was up, because it said that he pretty much beat Malachi, and then left to go DJ afterwards, and then Malachi. So basically, Naresh, he's up, he pretty much beats Malachi, and then he leaves to go DJ. Belinda would wake up to basically just her and Malachi in the house, and she would find Malachi struggling to breathe, and then Malachi died soon after that. I guess she waited for Naresh to get back, because it says they both put him in a trash bag, so I assume, and keep in mind, he's supposed to be out DJing, so I guess either he wasn't out that long, or she just waited till he got back to decide what to do with him. So they disposed of him like he was trash, in a trash bag. They then go to a birthday party with apparently another son. I don't know if that's a son they had together or a son. But apparently there's another kid in the house, and they take him to a birthday party like it's nothing. What they told anybody that was at the party, if they even asked about Malachi, I don't even know. But I assume somebody at least would ask about him. So they then put Malachi's body with the trash bag in a shallow grave the next. So then Belinda and Naresh basically celebrated Mother's Day the next day, like there was nothing wrong. And then obviously people are noticing Malachi's missing. So they go to the park and basically say, oh, Malachi, who's, keep in mind, 2.5. They basically say, oh, he went missing while at the park, and basically try to have a false search for people to look at him, basically try to make themselves look innocent. So then Belinda basically would confess to police that, okay, Naresh basically killed Malachi, but showed me where the body was, and I was not in the house when it happened. Basically trying to make herself look innocent. So Belinda basically was charged with child abuse and accessory to murder. And then, of course, Naresh, he was charged with torture, murder, and child abuse. So while in jail, it was actually said that she apparently slashed an inmate on the face from behind. And then she apparently, had kicked them. And then at one point, apparently, she had tried to push them off the second floor. But luckily, she was unsuccessful. And then there's another point where it says she had slashed an inmate on the arm. So obviously, she's being trouble in prison, too. So it's starting to show, her true colors, essentially. Another thing I should mention, I didn't know exactly where in the story to mention this, but apparently, remember the burns that I said Malachi was getting earlier? So Belinda will basically say that Naresh did it. Whereas Naresh will basically say that Malachi's then 4-year-old brother basically did it. And then luckily, on May 2nd, 2015, both were sentenced to death. So yeah, that was the case of the death of Malachi. That's basically the death of Malachi I'm so sorry. Normally try to pronounce the victim's name correctly. Anyway, definitely let me know if you were in jail with Belinda, because obviously both of them are still on death row to this day. I highly doubt anybody, and obviously death row inmates have like their own little section, like strictly for them. They're not with general population. But I guess like before she got sentenced to death, she was in general population. So if anybody was in jail with her, definitely let me know. If you were in jail with an arrest, definitely let me know. Definitely know your thoughts on this case. Any cases similar to it, they're not as well known. Always down below. Sources down below as always. I cover fatal females 3 times every Friday. Subscribe for more fatal females, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion. Even though I offer all of this